This power stretch is going to be all about upper body and core. So I'm going to start laying face down on the rebounder, coming up onto my knees, and I'm going to go onto my elbows. And I'm going to bring my into a downward dog, which is like a dolphin pose in yoga. And I'm just going to hold that pose. I'm just going to hold this pose here and feel my hamstrings and calves stretching out, and my core and my upper body. Now I'm going to be bringing up my back leg. I'm going to be tapping down with a knee and then bringing it up. Tap it down and then bring it up. That's really going to be working your core, your upper body, and your legs. So it's also a total body workout. The legs are secondary, but you're really going to be working your legs and your glutes in here too. This is where you really feel your quadricep muscles. So the quadricep is going. Now I'm holding that pose. I'm going to hold this pose for 30 counts. Okay, now I am going to be lifting up the front leg. I sweated a whole lot through this workout because I did a couple of really hard cardio workouts before, and I couldn't believe how much I continued to sweat throughout this. So we're lifting it up, and I think you should be feeling that in your quadricep muscles. And I could really feel it tightening in my core too. So you could really say this is the total body, and I'm holding my leg up for a count of 30. Now I have my hands on the floor, downward dog, and I'm going to move forward a little bit, and then just hold that. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a tricep dip on my front arm. You can't see my back arm. That's just staying in place. It's just a pulsing. I'm pulsing it, I think for 30. And now I'm doing the other side. The other side for a count of 30. Now we're just stretching back. You are strengthening, stretching actually your triceps, and you were strengthening them when you were doing the pulse tricep dips. So you'll do some strengthening and then stretching, strengthening and then stretching. We're laying on the rebounder again and we're doing Supermans. So you just lift up your legs and your upper body, and you just hold that. You're just going to hold that. We're going to do the Superman again. That's what's going to be strengthening your back. We really should be doing a lot of lower back exercises along with the core. If you have a weak core, you tend to have pain in your lower back. So it's great to strengthen both, as your core is really circles your whole entire trunk. Now I'm jumping back and forth. It doesn't. I'm jumping with the leg one side then the other, back and forth. So that's, well, once again, working your whole body. And your arms, your legs, your core, as you're jumping back and forth. Now I'm just stretching back and holding, stretching back and holding. Okay, now we're going to be doing the other side. I'm bouncing back and forth, probably 4 inches or so back and forth on my back leg. And that strengthens your legs, it strengthens your whole body. Challenging. I would say it's challenging. We're stretching back. We're stretching back. We have our front leg up in the air and stretching out our arms and our core, strengthening our core actually. Okay, now I'm laying on the rebounder again, and I'm going to Superman, but I'm twisting my obliques. I'm twisting and looking toward the camera, and I keep my legs the way they were in the original pose. Now I'm going to the other side. We're going to be going on our elbows once again, and then stretching our legs up, and then I am going to be bouncing back and forth. You can't tell as much, it looks like I'm just bouncing without going back and forth. I'm bouncing on my front leg. Similar move to when I was on my hands, but this time you're on your elbows. Now I'm stretching and just holding that. It's really stretching out your abdominal muscles, and it's working and strengthening your tricep muscles. Now I'm going to be going to the other side and the bouncing back and forth with the one leg. You should be really feeling this by now. Now I'm just holding the leg up. Okay, now we're just going to be stretching out our abdominals, and we'll be strengthening our arms at the same time. We're just going to hold that for a little bit. I think I do 5 counts, maybe 6, of just holding that and then coming back down. Now we're going to be just stretching back and pulling our arms. Oh, that feels so good to sit back and on your arms. It's always good to feel a good stretch in your arms when you work the upper body. My upper body is quite weak compared to my lower body. So I've been doing a lot more upper body work, and I still find it very challenging. So now we're going to do some side planks. I just got to get myself adjusted and have to get down further so that my hip bone doesn't hit the rebounder there. Now I'm pulsing for 30, pulsing for 30. Now we're lifting our arm up, and then we're coming down up over our head, and we lift our hips up every time we lift our arm over our head for a count of 20. And when I'm done with that, I am going to hold my arm above my head for a count of 20. Now we're on the other side, and it took me a minute to adjust. I couldn't remember how I had my foot on the other side, so we're doing 30 pulses, and then 20 with my arm over my head, and then 20 counts of just holding that pose. Now we're going to lay on the rebounder facing the other way, and we're going to be doing a knee drag up, and then I'm going to walk my hands out, and I'm going to have my hands farther apart. Really can't see the one hand, and I'm doing circles for 10. I'm starting on the back arm, and I'm just circling for 10, and then I'm gonna go back and do another knee drag back out and do this several times. This is really gonna work your upper body. out again. I have my knees close to the rim, and I'm doing downward dog, and I am doing shoulder presses is what they're called. And then I'm gonna stretch back and hold, and I'm pulsing for 10. So I'm gonna pulse down for 10, and then when I'm done with that 10, I'm gonna stretch back and then just stretch that muscle out. Okay, now I am going to be doing triceps again, and I'm coming down as far as I can for a count of 20. And then when I'm done with that 20, I'm just going to hold it down close to the floor, my elbows, just for maybe 6 or 7 seconds. We are stretching back. I'm really gonna try to stretch out our upper body right now. Now I'm bringing my hands towards the camera and I'm pulling back. And it's really stretching out my back arm more than my front. Then I'm gonna go to the other side and do it the other way. See, I have my front arm, and that's what I'm really stretching. That should go up into your shoulder area. Now I have like a child pose, and I'm pulling my arms behind my back, just stretching out my chest area and the back of my arm. Tricep stretch. Tricep stretch on your front arm. And just hold that. Bring your arm back behind you. And hold that. And then we're going to go to the other side and stretch the other side. No? I'm just pulling my arm across and holding it. Then I'm going to the other side right here. Another stretch to the back with my hands behind. And I'm holding that. Now I'm doing the same kind of pose. Now you're going to see me do something I've never done before. Okay. I'm stretching out the front of my legs, my core, and my arms.